Hi Quincy, Barbara Isola here. Thank you so much for coming into the frying pan with me. I hope you've been watching our shows. Today I'm by myself, but I thought I'd make something for you, and we're kind of going old school. I don't know anyone who really doesn't like good old baked ziti. In this case, it's going to be baked penne. But it's a meal that is just so comforting and makes you feel so good. And in these winter months, it's great. It's good in the summer. It's good if you're bringing food to a friend who just had a baby or somebody was sick. It's just the kind of thing that just really goes everywhere you want it to go. So today we're going to make baked ziti, and I'm going to show you how to make it. But this is the fancy baked ziti, okay? So there's all kinds of different things we do. In this case, we're going to add sausage. You can certainly leave that out, but I figured we would really go really all out for you folks, all right? The other thing we're going to do, I was starting to think about what could we do to make it a little different, and when I thought about that, I make a lasagna with my bolognese sauce and a bechamel, a white sauce that just makes it feel so luxurious and creamy. So I thought we're going to incorporate a little bechamel into this baked ziti, and I'll show you how to make that. So let's start, okay, because there's just a number of components to it. If you have your sauce made, this is going to go just so much quicker, and I happen to have my sauce made. Before we talk about that, I have a pot of water boiling already. So let's get that penne started. So I have it's vigorously boiling, and that's what you want when you make pasta. And I'm going to I'm liberally salting the water. Don't panic, it's okay. And I have a pound of penne that I'm going to throw in. I'm going to give it a stir just to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. And then I have my timer set. Let's put it on for 10 minutes. The box tells me that this pasta cooks in 11 to 12 minutes. I'm going to cook it a little under time because it's going to cook in the oven once we have it in there. So what else are we going to put in? We have our sauce. And when I make sauce, I tend to make a lot of it. I put it in these containers in my freezer. This is the last one in my freezer, so I am starting to panic, and I'm going to have to make some, so I know that there's always a supply in my freezer. So let's just warm that up. It doesn't have to be real hot, but because we're going to put it in the oven, let's put that on, and we get that going. And then, as I said, we're going to do sausage. So let's talk about the sausage. In this case, I am using a pound of Italian sausage. Use your favorite brand. And what I did was I took it out of the casing. So we just kind of have crumbles of sausage, all right? So let me just show you how to do that. Pretty easy. Take your knife, just make a slit across the casing and remove it. Easy peasy, right? And then what we're going to do is, whoa, it does not want to leap, woo! We had a wild sausage casing there, folks. Phew, made it through. So then you could just kind of break it up like this, okay? And we're going to start cooking that. Let me just wash my hands. And we will get that going. This seems like there's a lot going on at once, but truly you could stop at any point if you feel overwhelmed, all right? So let's get this started. I'm going to heat my pan, and I'm going to just give it a little bit of olive oil, not the good stuff, like just the pure olive oil. And just hold on a second, I need to just get my sauce stirred. Some of it's still a little frozen. I had it defrosting in the fridge overnight, but it's still a little frozen. So we could just do that, all right? All right, so now we have the pan heating up. Our pasta is boiling away. and we're going to put the sausage in the pan. All right? Now, we want it to get a little brown. We can just start it. Now, one of the tricks I learned is if you have the sausage in the pan, what am I doing? Did I forget I'm not making mashed potatoes? No, I did not. I am going to use my trusty mashed potato tool here to kind of break up the sausage. So you could just push it down like this, and it breaks it up further, okay? Just push it out, all right? Like that. Now, what I want to do is I really don't want to move it for a few minutes because I want to get the bottom, let the bottom brown a little, all right? So we're just going to walk away from that for a minute, all right? I don't know about you, but when I'm cooking, I am constantly washing my hands because I just can't stand the feeling, first of all, and second of all, you need to do that so that you don't kill anyone with your food. So that's kind of something you want to do. All right, so that we have that going. My sauce is simmering. I'm going to put it on low because, as I said, we don't need it to be hot. Let's talk about the bechamel. So basically, a bechamel is just a fancy name for a white sauce, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put butter and flour and cook them together, and then we're going to slowly add milk, let it stir, and it will be delicious. You could add cheese to it. You could do a whole bunch of other things. But let's get going with that, all right? So here I have butter, and we're going to do milk in it, and I'm going to do about 2.5 cups of milk. And I don't want that to be real cold, so what I'm going to do is put it in the microwave. Excuse my bath. And we'll put it on 3 minutes. I think that's okay. And we'll start with that. Now, we're going to start with butter. We want 2 tablespoons. Learn your, if you look at the butter, you can see that on the outside it tells you what a tablespoon is. At this point, I kind of know what a tablespoon looks like, so I know that's 2 tablespoons of butter. So let's put that in my pan. Start it. We don't want it real hot. I'm going to break it up a little and let that melt. Should we look at the sausage? What do you think? I can hear it sizzling. We don't want to burn it. That would be bad. Let's take a look. Yeah. So we could start stirring it around. I am going to hold this so you can see what's going on in a minute. I'm going to further break it up. Sausage just jumped out of the pan, escaped. And I'm going to hold this for Tim because I'm always pulling it away much too fast before he gets the shot. Is it gorgeous? Can you smell it? I can smell it. Okay. There it is. So you can see it's cooking. I'm getting little brown edges on it. And that's exactly what we want. Alrighty. I feel like I should be juggling a little. I mean, there's a lot going on, but trust me, this is going to be so worth it when you eat it. All right? Your family's going to love it, and everyone's going to be happy, and like that. So let's get the butter melted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take equal parts of flour to the butter. So we had 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 1. Now, when I'm alone, I don't like to do this. I actually would not be doing it like this, but it's just because I just want you to see what I'm doing, okay? So now, we have that in, and we're going to whisk the butter and the flour together to make a little bit of a roux. And I'm going to lower the heat now. Now, if you do some Cajun cooking and you make gumbos and things like that, there will be a call for roux to be different colors, peanut butter color, a darker color, and that basically takes a long time to make, and you really have to watch it because you don't want to burn it. But in this case, we just want to kind of cook out the flour and not have a raw taste. Okay, let me just look at this one more time. You don't have to worry too much about the sausage being cooked through, even though it's pork, because remember, this is going in the oven, all right? Couple more seconds. All right, so now our butter and flour are ready, but I'm not going to do anything with it just yet because I see my timer. Oh, here they are. I'm going to drain the pasta so that it's not going to overcook. This, I really wish you could smell it because everything is really smelling good. We're going to drain that sausage. Guess we should put it on a plate, huh? So we could get some of the fat off. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, perfect timing. There is our, I'm going to just put this aside. All right, I hear you. All right, so let's get this drained. Here we go. And this could hold a few minutes in the colander, okay? Okay. Normally, when I'm doing this by myself, I would put the pasta right back in the pot so I wouldn't dirty another pan. But I want you to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to use a glass bowl. All right? All right, so now let's get back to the bechamel, shall we? So now, I suppose I should turn that off. Here we go. Our milk is warm. Put a little salt in. And we're going to slowly add the milk while we're whisking. Hold on. And get this going. You don't want it to be lumpy, and if you added the cold milk, sometimes it does get lumpy, so that's why I heated it up a little. There we go. Beautiful. I love it. And we're going to get things moving here with, I'm going to get a little heat. I did add some salt. I'm going to add a little more. And I'm going to add black pepper. Sometimes people say to use white pepper so you don't see the pepper specks. I don't care. I like the taste of black pepper, so I'm using it. White pepper to me has a different, like more of a floral taste. If you like that, that's fine. Go for it. Now, it's starting to bubble around the edge. When you're doing this, make sure you really scrape the bottom of the pan because otherwise it will burn. All right, so let's keep doing that. There we go. Did I turn the front on? Yeah, I did. Okay. And we're going to just let this thicken up. All right. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to keep my eye on that. What are we going to put into the baked ziti? We are going to put ricotta, which is pretty standard fare. And this is 15-ounce container. I hate it. They always came in 16-ounce, and then all these manufacturers changed the measurements on us. Stop it, okay? I want a pound. I don't want to have to buy another one and get an ounce. We're doing without it, okay? That's my rant for the day. Alrighty, so let me just look at this. Here we go. It's thickening up nicely. Let it go a little more. And I'm going to put the ricotta in. Here. I use whole milk because I like it and I think it tastes good. So there's that. Loosen it up a little. And when the hot pasta goes in, you'll see it'll loosen it up a lot. Okay, this is a combo of Parm and Romano, which is the two, whoa, hold on. Oh, beautiful. This is bubbling and gorgeous, and if I don't lower this right now, it will be all over my sink. So I'm going to turn it off because it's thickened, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So now here's my combo of Romano and Parm. You could use all of one or whatever you prefer. I'm going to use about probably a cup of it in here. And then with the other cup, I am going to add it to my sauce here. You want to do that when it's off the heat, okay? And it's going to melt and give it a nice taste. The other thing we want to do is put some nutmeg. This is a whole nutmeg. I buy the whole nutmeg and grate it. It stays fresh and it really tastes pretty good. So, I would say probably a 1/4 teaspoon. Don't add too much because then it kind of takes over everything. But it just gives it that little something. All right? All right. That's that. We're getting ready to assemble, folks. All right. So we have our ricotta. We have our Parm and Romano combo that we're going to mix together. And then we're going to use mozzarella cheese. Again, I use a pound of the whole milk. When I do baked ziti or lasagna or eggplant parm, I always cube it. And the reason I cube it is I like the way it melts better. You can shred it, but mozz is pretty soft and it's harder to shred, I think, and I just like the way that this melts. Okay, so let me just show you how I did it. This is the one that comes in a block. You all know where it is in your supermarket, right? So I left part of it that I haven't cut, and if it's cold, it's easy to cut it, okay? So I do it like this, and then I do it like little kind of like, almost looks like French fries, right? There. And then we're going to just make it into dice. Pretty easy. If this is room temperature, it's a mess. So keep it cold. Even if you want to put it in the freezer for 10 minutes, that might help you too. All right. We are getting ready to assemble. So here's our bowl with that. Let's get our sauce over here. Is that hot? No, it's all right. I'm okay. There. We're going to add our sausage. You know, the last show that we did, the risotto, I had bacon as a component, and I realized I never put it in the risotto. We put it on the top afterwards. So I'm cooking here, folks, so every once in a while something happens that's a little wacky, but we try to cure it at some point. So there's our penne. Let's get that in the bowl. Whoops! Woo! And you'll see that the ricotta is going to loosen up. Okay? And we're going to add some sauce too. That's going to help things a lot too. All right, how much sauce? I don't know, we'll see. So here's a ladle. Let's put 1, 2. I don't like it to be too saucy because then it gets like soupy when you make it. But the other thing is, basil leaf. The other thing is, you also don't want it to be dry, so it's kind of a balancing act that we do here. All right, so there we go. What do you think? I mean, you could eat this right now. Let's put some pepper in it, shall we? As you can tell, I like pepper. I'm a black pepper fan. I think it's delicious, and it adds just a little something to everything you make. Okay. We're going to add the sausage that's been drained. Here we go. There we go. That's that. What do you think so far, right? So good. And we're going to put it in our baking dish, and we're going to have to bake it. My staff that comes and makes the switch outs before the show never showed today. I'm kidding, I don't have anyone. So that's why I have to put it in the oven, and we'll get it, we'll come back to you. All right, so here's my baking pan. I'm just going to put some spray so that it doesn't stick. If you don't want to use it, you'll be in trouble. You could use olive oil or whatever. Let's put half of this in. What do you think that's half? Roughly. Spread it out. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about it, okay? So there we go. There's that. Now let's get the bechamel. And we're going to put half of the bechamel. I wish you could smell this. I really do. This cheese, oh gosh, this smells so good. All right. And you don't want it like overly do it. This pan is probably perfect for this. It's a little bit big, but I don't like everything to be crowded in. It makes it easier to cook everything. All right. Let's take some of the mutts. Nice handful. Put it there. It's going to melt into the layers of this. It's so delicious. Okay. What do you think? You don't have to use it all if it looks like it's overkill. All right. And then let's put a little bit of sauce. I don't want to put too much. I'm going to show you this because I'm not dousing it in sauce. All right. So here we go. So that's layer 1. I mean, that could be the money shot, right? I mean, and it's not even done. Okay, ready? Let's put the rest. Here we go. This bowl is awkward to hold, I'll tell you that much. Note to self, don't use this bowl again. There we go. I just thought it would be nice if you could see through it. You're welcome. So So let's put that up there. Spread the rest of the pasta over it. There we go. I have my oven preheating. I have it at 400. I'm probably going to lower it a little, but and I have it on convection. So let's put the rest of the, I keep finding herbs that I didn't remove from my sauce. You know what? Let's put the tomato sauce next, because I think I want the bechamel on top. Okay. There we go. You know, I really wasn't in the mood to eat this today, and I'm thinking it looks really good. I may have some. Okay. And then let's use the rest of the bechamel. And I'm going to get it in the oven. Now, when you put it in the oven, watch it, because we may have to put some foil loosely on top so that it doesn't burn. But we'll take a look at it. I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to put the mutts on top, and I think I'm going to. All right, so let's just move that. Why not, right? I mean, this is an indulgent meal, wouldn't you say? But it's going to make you feel really good when you eat it. So, okay. There we go. Now, I also have like thick slices I thought I might do on top, but I'm not going to. We're really cooking, and we are making decisions as we speak. So, now I'm going to put just a little bit of more pepper because I want to, and maybe a drizzle of olive oil. And we're going into the oven, okay? Here's our olive oil. Just a little bit, you don't want too much, okay? There we go. Perfect. All right. We're going into the oven. I'll see you in probably about 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up, and I will show you the finished product. We'll have a taste, and that'll be that. Okay, thanks so much. See you in a bit. Okay, so the ziti has been baking for a half hour. Actually, it's been baking for 25 minutes. And now I have it onto the broiler, so let's turn it off because, So what I did was I had it on 400 degrees for 25 minutes, and then I put it under the broiler so we could get it nice and brown. I am going to show it to you right now. I want to hear everyone say ooh ah, okay? Ready, everyone together? Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. So now you can't just plunge into this thing, okay? Because if you do, it will be like a liquidy mess, all right? Let me close this. So what we want to do is let this kind of sit a minute. Not a minute, maybe 10 minutes or so before we go into it and really look at it. But oh my gosh, look at how gorgeous that is. I like it when it gets a little brown on top. If you don't, you can take it out a little earlier. So we'll see you in another 15 minutes, and I can't wait to taste it. Okay, honestly, that was the longest 10 minutes of my life waiting for this. And you really do have to wait, I'm telling you. So let's serve some up. I'm going to use my spoon here. You could use a spoon. I think it's a good way to do it. Let's see how this, see how hot it still is? Oh my gosh. Beautiful. I'm gonna try it. I'll try this one that fell out. Oh my gosh. That is so good. I really hope you try it. The addition of the bechamel really is very lovely. I have to say, it kind of raises it. It makes it a little more sophisticated. Now, if you didn't want to do that, I would do everything I did. Maybe add a little more tomato sauce, and you may want to add an egg to the ricotta to kind of give it a little body. But this is really good. I hope you try it, and I hope you keep coming into the frying pan with me. And I'm working on some guests and some other recipes that we're going to do. And I hope you enjoy the show, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Quincy.